Good afternoon or morning, everybody, and welcome back to another weather forecast here by Adrian's Weather Forecast. And this is going to be another video here, and this is going to be an update on the major severe weather that we'll be seeing today, mainly today, and also going all the way up into tomorrow. But today is going to be the worst day out of today and tomorrow. We have up to a level 3 now, a enhanced risk, which was updated earlier today. We only had a slight, but now we have an enhanced. So we are stepping up the risk for severe weather. We can be seeing a potential for tornadoes, hail, and strong winds. And this is going to be out here into the Great Lakes in the Mid-Atlantic and also in the Ohio Valley. So it's going to be more of the northern United States today, but as it moves south into tomorrow, that'll be more for areas such as the Ohio Valley and off the Mississippi River. So be sure to subscribe, guys, if you are new to the channel. Let's try to get to 2,085 subscribers by the end of tomorrow, which we can possibly do. Also, again, be sure to share the channel to any friends or family. I do daily weather forecasts, and I try to keep you safe with the most recent updates and new information. But without further ado, let's get into this video. So we don't have that many we don't have these that many severe thunderstorm warnings or watches or tornado watches or anything as of right now. That'll be more of a later tonight, and if I can, I'll possibly do an evening update on the severe weather as well, so a double upload. And again, we only have severe thunderstorm warnings. That's for Southern Virginia there. That's gonna be areas for South Hill out there, and just South Central, not far from the North Carolina border there. That's where we have those severe thunderstorm warnings. And here's a very strong band. It's very small. It won't be that long lasting. It's just for precautions. Really, but again, it's very small. But it has, as you can tell, it definitely has a pretty good formation there for a small system. Probably doesn't have too many cells, maybe 2 or 4. That's going to be moving out there into the South Hill area and potentially moving into the Roanoke Rapids area or other areas into possibly the border with North Carolina and Virginia. Now we'll be checking out the National Weather Service, just a general radar on this area in the Ohio Valley, to actually check out the local radar and see if we can get what we're seeing right here. So we have some strong bands as of right now. But we're going to have the worst of it developing later tonight. It's actually developing all the way up into the Green Bay area and into the panhandle of the northern mitten area of Michigan. But again, we have some very strong bands out here in Ohio, moving towards Northern Virginia, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh saw a couple showers. Starting to see that really heavy rain now closer, moving into now western Maryland, moving into near Greencastle, moving again into far northern West Virginia, closer to the border of actually Pennsylvania. And again, that's going to be moving towards the DC area by later this afternoon around 4 o'clock. But by that time, we'll start to see these bands up here. And that's going to be the big threat as it moves down. That's going to be, again, the worst of the severe weather today will actually be in the in the evening and night. So that's something we can't really, that's not good, because again, the severe weather in the night is always a lot worse, because tornadoes, you can't really see them at night. Most people are asleep and don't have time to get up and prepare and take precautions. So again, we're seeing that really strong rain out here in Ohio. We saw very heavy rain into areas such as Toledo. We saw some rain as well just south of Detroit, and seeing this rain also, again, the rain showers like I mentioned earlier in the Pittsburgh area. And that's going to move in towards Northern Virginia and affecting the DC area with quite some very strong bands as well. It's going to be possibly an area where we have a severe thunderstorm warning or severe thunderstorm watch. Watch this little area. That's where we'll start to see the severe weather coming down as it moves through central Michigan. It starts to get a lot worse now. It's going to be that one little band stretching from its main rain system and not going to really bring in multiple bands, so it shouldn't be long lasting. But the thing is, it's going to be very strong and could do a lot of damage even if it's not that long lasting. That's going to bring some very heavy rain for areas such as Muskegon, Big Rapids. It's going to get closer and closer to Lansing as the night starts to come. Wow, it's going to bring very strong storms for Lansing, very strong storms for such as areas near London and Toronto. Very heavy rain on the southern, on the really the outskirts of this. That's going to be out there near possibly affecting areas just into northeastern Indiana. And that's what won't be incredibly bad. We could be seeing a thing or two developing as it does move through Indianapolis and south of Indianapolis. But look, it's going to starting to get a bit stronger into Pennsylvania now, starting to bring in some action as it moves through State College, Philadelphia, Allentown, Greencastle, again in effect areas into into eastern Ohio, and that's going to move and kind of just not disintegrate, but just kind of fall apart as it does move into now Wednesday in the next couple hours by Wednesday afternoon. Now we're going to be looking out here into the NAM 3KM model here in the GFS. Again, we are seeing that very heavy rain in Ohio and southern Michigan still, and this is the area where the main it's going to be really X where it mainly develops right there. But again, we have the strong bands ahead of time. That's going to bring some rain for, of course, going to bring that for Toledo, south of Detroit, Youngstown, Pittsburgh, and possibly going to really just fall apart and then again affect areas like Virginia and all that. Now look at the GFS, and the GFS is actually showing this a lot worse than the European. Here we have the defined low pressure system at 998 millibars, not too high, not too low. And again, it's actually going to possibly bring in very heavy rain, not just for Michigan, but all the way into far eastern Wisconsin, possibly going over Lake Michigan. It's a great day to actually go in the lake on a boat as long as you're social distancing, but it's not going to be a great day. It's not going to be a great time in the evening. You guys might get caught up, and there's going to be huge waves. And again, that's going to be going through the big, that's going to be moving to the north central Michigan area. And look how bad this is. This is something really, really bad. And this is something you see in the south. That's going to bring in potential for multi-cell systems there. That's going to drop to 993 millibars, which is not a good sign. That's going to bring very heavy rain for Lansing, Big Rapids. Of course, going to bring that very heavy rain for Detroit at a really, really big band. And it's going to go back to 998 millibars. And look at it now later into tomorrow morning. It's not going to get any better, stretching all the way from Indianapolis. Can be seeing some very heavy rain as well. Cleveland, incredibly heavy, severe weather as well. Now let's move into the northeast area region. Again, you're seeing very heavy rain for Erie, Pennsylvania, areas into far western New York from the Pennsylvania border. And look at this, going to possibly bring very heavy rain throughout Pittsburgh, once again, Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, and also West Virginia is going to be some very heavy bands as well. And then that severe weather will move out here into the southeast by tomorrow. And that's what we're looking at there in the radars. And here's today's outlook. Let's refresh to see if everything. Oh yeah, so here we have the enhanced risk there. And it's off the Great Lakes, including Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. Of course, we have it going to the border with West Virginia and that Pennsylvania little area with that little stick of West Virginia hanging out. So again, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty surprised that they actually have an enhanced risk so fast. I'm not surprised they have it because look at those bands, but wow, I'm surprised how they just changed it immediately to enhanced risk after the GFS updated. So while they did it really fast, and I actually agree, I actually would not doubt if this won't happen. I don't think so. I would not doubt if they put a teeny little moderate risk somewhere into central or south central Michigan, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Might be overstepping, but again, here we have level 1 through 3, marginal, slight, and enhanced. Again, enhanced is gonna be seen the best chance of severe weather and the worst of it, and basically that's where we're gonna have to really watch out a lot more and be on your tippy toes a lot more. On the marginal, we have 29 million people. We have a little area into Mississippi, Alabama there. That's going to be including Philadelphia, Raleigh, St. Louis, Louisville, and Lexington, Kentucky. Also, we have the areas and the slight chance that's going to be including 44 million people. That's a lot of people in a level 2 severe weather risk. And we have major cities like Chicago and Milwaukee are just on the slight chance. Milwaukee is kind of right on that little border there. So they're kind of just hanging on. And again, Milwaukee actually won't see that bad. It's going to really last a couple minutes, not more than 30 minutes of severe weather. And then other cities I'll be seeing really bad, such as Baltimore, Columbus, Indianapolis. We also have Cincinnati, Charleston, West Virginia, also Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C., Dover, also Virginia Beach, and other areas such as Richmond and Aurora are also under the slight chance, and those cities have not been mentioned. And then the enhanced risk, we have a lot of people, so 13 million people in just 42,000 square miles. That's going to be including Detroit, Cleveland, Toledo, Fort Wayne, and Akron, Ohio. It is the first time any of these areas have been under an enhanced risk or above so far this year. Very close on the other side, like Chicago and Milwaukee, where they've been close to a moderate risk. That's completely different, but this is the first time we've seen any level 3 or higher, actually any level 2 or higher so far this year. So finally, severe weather has arrived in these areas. Tornado risk is maintaining on the lower side at between a 2 to 5% chance. Again, 2 to 5% chance doesn't mean you're actually only a 2% chance. You're actually a very good chance. If you even have a chance, if you're even labeled in a probability, you're actually still in a pretty good chance for tornadoes, because tornado risks are always on the lower side. But the highest risks for around 2 million people, that's going to be for Toledo, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Portage, and Jackson, Michigan. And then for the 2%, we have Detroit's right on the border there, Columbus, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Fort Wayne, Indiana. Wind threats actually has gone updated as well from a 15 to a 30% chance in some other areas, such as Toledo and Fort Wayne, Akron, Lansing, and Ann Arbor, Michigan, are actually under the 30% chance. And these will actually be damaging winds at possibly knots of 45 knots or higher, and that's going to be quite crazy at some points. And then the hail threat has been upgraded from a 15% chance to a 30% chance. Detroit is actually under that this time, and also again including Cleveland, Toledo, Fort Wayne, and Akron. And then the 15% chance, including 44 million people, Chicago, Indianapolis, Columbus, Baltimore, and Milwaukee. And then again, we're just going to be seeing severe thunderstorms are possible this afternoon throughout tonight across southern portions of the Great Lakes region into the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic. Now into tomorrow, we have the severe weather risk moving down, shifting south. Again, we have a lot of people actually to be affected, and we have a huge amount of the U.S. under a level 1 marginal. That's for 56 million people tomorrow, stretching all the way from southern Delaware into the border with Mexico, from the border of Mexico all the way up into Iowa. So 56 million people, that's a lot. So definitely some big coverage for tomorrow for Houston, Dallas, Indianapolis, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., also including Atlanta, Montgomery, Raleigh, Richmond, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, also including, I believe, Alexandria, Jackson, Mississippi, Columbia, South Carolina, Clemson. We also have Johnson City as well. And now the slight chance, we have 27 million people. That's for San Antonio, Austin, Memphis, Nashville, and St. Louis, also including Little Rock, Tupelo, Huntsville, also including the Lexington area, and Springfield. Tornado threats maintaining at a 2% chance. That's for around 20 million people. And also wind and hail threats also maintaining quite low at a 15% chance only. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please be safe, and I'm hoping if I can, I will have another update when the severe weather is at its worst later this evening. Bye, guys.